Right, I'm going to do a video of the loft room. That's the lock that I got put on. It was virtually the only internal room that didn't have a lock on the door, and because I had guests in this room next door, I put that on a couple of years ago. As I've been saying to estate agents, and I anticipate saying to people when I show them the house, this loft room is what sort of tipped the balance when we looked around this house. We walked into this room, which was probably emptier, and it was just like, wow. The space in here was like so much what we wanted. It sort of, we thought, yes, that, you know, it made us want to take the house. Anyway, it got very cluttered over 20 years. From even my own stuff used to stand in the middle here. I used to have like 20, or was it 17 archive boxes full of my own stuff, and that was really not looked at for many years. Then since I've been left on my own, it was very, very cluttered up, piled up with his things, including bits of furniture and junk and masses and masses of newspaper and stuff. So it took me a long, long time to sort of clear it all out, or the whole back end. Every single one of these units had like his stuff on. I had to go through every single thing. And I've got rid of a lot of the stuff that was here, for example, like a lot of LPs I did sell. Anyway, never mind that. I just want to record basically. So then after the last couple of years, so I did an initial clear out when it was emptier. And then as I started to sort my own things and think, well, this is things I want to keep. Last year I was sort of packing things up and putting... like, you know, doing it to help me see what I've reviewed. Everything that's got this webbing on is like being reviewed and ready to move. So I don't want to look at everything in detail, but basically in the corner there there's like the little cup collection and the Lilliput lanes, and a lot of big boxes here that have got like his artwork and everything in. There's all this here is like paperwork where I've sorted loads and loads of paperwork and left. This is like the stuff I've left to keep, but whether I'll ever look at any of it again. That's my old precious accordion, which needs looking at. I had so many suitcases, I started to use them for packing old clothes. Loads of pictures, too many pictures. 3 boxes of photos there and more photos there that all need sorting. The great bulk of the magazines I got rid of, but there's some I left, the art and the history magazines there. And then here I had, for a while, I had a sort of altar here with all the nicest pictures and photos, but I've even like packed that up away now, ready to move. This is all like the most significant and precious things of John's. I sort of don't want, I packed them up and don't really want to look at them again for a while. Wedding photos there, and again more bits of his artwork, and the most significant things I don't want to part with. And then again, there's just like some of his collectibles, paperwork. I spent months and months sorting through paperwork. Some of his possessions and clothes, probably still kept too much. Then there's just my own things, box of wigs, my toy animals I must look at sometime, perhaps before moving. This is just like all old paperwork and files. There's... I mean, you know, I was going to throw away 2 boxes of old cassettes, but I've kept them in the end. And again, just odd things, fan heater, tinsel. I think there's 37 jigsaws up there, which I'm loath to part with. These photos I put up, this is my own photography, and I think they're the photos I had up in one of my jobs by my desk. I've just put them up there. I had to use that space, but they'll have to come down. And this end sort of needs a bit more sorting. I've emptied out those little display cabinets, don't know whether to keep those. A few more boxes and stuff, more photos on the door. But again, this is like you've lived somewhere for 20 years, very, very difficult to part with like this space. And if this is things I want to keep, then like where the hell am I going to put it all, you know? So I need another, even if I had like a 3-bedroom house, or 1 room for me, 1 guest room, and all this stuff is just going to have to go in another room. So I don't know, at some point it will have to be cut down further. But there's a record of my wonderful loft room. A heater, because there's no heating in here, we used to put this heater on like at night. So I have had it on again recently. Old carpet that was here when we bought the house. Nevertheless, this is the room which has been extremely useful, and I will really miss.